Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roy, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you anthropology. But before we jump into the lesson, I want to quickly remind you that hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. That way I will never miss any of my future tutorials and updates. Hello and welcome. So in this video we will focus on how the two fields like epistemology and anthropology intersect and inform one another, and how this complex structure work. So epistemology and anthropology all have a close and a complex relationship. One hand, epistemology provides a framework, or you can say a blueprint or a matrix. Another one, anthropology provides the knowledge, provide the empirical evidences, and with the help of case studies, and inform the epistemological theories. So, if these two are broad field of this is a relationship between epistemology and anthropology. If we talk about like that epistemology provides the basis of the knowledge related to the human society, and anthropology informed through the epistemological knowledge, validated through epistemological knowledge. So epistemology and anthropology intersect in different part of anthropological study. If we talk about the knowledge acquiring system in human societies and culture, epistemologists are also interested in understanding the source and limit of our knowledge. So, epistemology interested in source and the limits of our knowledge and the limits. These two provide the interest of the epistemological philosophy, right? But in this perspective, if we talk about anthropology, what anthropology contribute to it? So anthropology provides a rich source of empirical evidences that can be used to connect with the epistemological theories about the nature of knowledge. For example, the study of different cultural belief system, which can help us to understand how the people acquire and transmit knowledge in different contexts within the groups, right? So how this knowledge is transfusing and transforming in different context, and what is the basis of it. And if we want to find the basis of it, we have to depend on the epistemological physiology through anthropological case studies in the fieldwork, right? Another area which anthropology had a significant impact on epistemology is in the study of indigenous knowledge system. Anthropologists have long been interested in the knowledge system of indigenous people and have documented the ways in which this system are grounded in a deep understanding of local environments and ecosystem and the natural world. So if we talk about one book that is written by the man nature spirit complex by LP Vidyarthi. Here we can get some evidences that how the human belief system is surrounded by a spirit or a belief or an anima, right? How it is both are connected, and how this knowledge system is transfusing or transferring through generation after generation with the knowledge transfusing system. So if we have to understand this matrix, we have to go through from epistemological point of view, right? So the deep understanding of local environment, how the cognitive mindset of the localites or the indigenous population working associated with the local environment or the ecosystem, right? And the study of indigenous knowledge system challenge some of the basic assumptions of Western epistemology, which tend to emphasize the abstract reasoning and scientific empiricism. If we show the importance of embodied and experimental knowledge anthropology has broadened our understanding of what counts as knowledge and how it is acquired. So this is the importance of anthropology, of epistemological philosophy in anthropology, to embody the experimental knowledge, and this knowledge is expanded through the anthropological way of anthropological methodologies and tools what we use in the fieldwork, right? Now I will simplify it in another way, that anthropology and epistemology intersect is in the study of the relationship between the language and knowledge. We all know that language is a vehicle of culture. So if we want to pass the knowledge within the X1 generation, and if we want to posit that knowledge in the X2 generation, we have to transfer through the language, right? So linguistic anthropology was concerned with the study of language and its role in human societies, right? So linguistic anthropologists shown that language is not only reflection but also shapes our understanding of the world around us, right? This is example given by the Ferdinand Saussure while he was talking about the structure of language, how language is adopted by a unit in the group, right? So language is not a neutral medium for the transmission of knowledge, but rather a deeply embedded cultural practice that reflects and reinforces cultural values and beliefs. So it helps, the language help a community or a group of people to retain their cultural values and beliefs. So by studying the role of language in human societies, linguistic anthropologists challenged the traditional epistemological definition or assumption about the nature of language and knowledge, right? And at the same time, epistemology also informed the practices of anthropology in various ways. If we provide an example here, the study of epistemology can help anthropologists to understand the cultural assumptions that underlie different knowledge systems. So in a cultural group, there is various number of societies, and various number of societies have their own cultural models. Then how this knowledge is transferring within these cultural models? So epistemology can also help anthropologists to evaluate the evidences for different claims. I believe on the tree god. What is the evidence for that claim? There is epistemological knowledge linked to the surrounding, the knowledge acquiring through its environment. Okay, and so by examining the ways in which we acquired knowledge, epistemology can also help anthropologists to develop more rigorous and systematic methods for collecting and interpreting data. So these are the fundamental baseline from which we can erect or we can concrete our establishment, right? So, and epistemology had a significant impact on anthropology in the study of the relationship between knowledge and power. If we talk about Andre Bete's book, where caste, the book is about the caste, class and power in India, that how this different hypothetical model are applied to our society by different epistemological models or epistemological structure. How the caste and class and power are contributing to the knowledge system of that area. So epistemologists have long been interested also, like they are also interested in which knowledge is to maintain social hierarchy and the power relations between this hierarchy. Now here comes the habitus of Pierre Bourdieu. If we talk about the habitus and the habitus goal, we can see this social hierarchies and power relation into it. That how a boss or a director or a head of the department is subjugated to a regal positions where under him he is just a controller of that structure, right? So he is the pinnacle of that social hierarchy, so power will flow from that society, from that hierarchy. Like we have one director or one HOD, we don't have 10 director or 10 HOD and one student. It's not like that. The power hierarchy work in a pyramidal society, right? So anthropologists similarly been interested in the ways in which knowledge is mobilized to create and maintain social and political system. So here if we talk about the immediate community, in immediate community we can say the migrated community form a cluster in a new place with multiple units along with it, right? So this relationship and the knowledge, the relationship between the knowledge and the power, both epistemology and anthropology can help us to illuminate the ways in which knowledge is used to shape our understanding of the world around us. In conclusion, the relationship between epistemology and anthropology is complex. We have discussed it in different with different examples, and is also multifaceted, have multi-dimensionals. These both fields are concerned with the understanding of the nature of knowledge and how it is acquired. Basic two things: understanding the nature of knowledge and how it is acquired. But they approach this question from different perspectives. What anthropologists do? Now, anthropologists provide a rich source of empirical evidences that can inform epistemological theories, while epistemology can help anthropology to develop more rigorous and systematic structure for collecting and interpreting data. By working together, these two fields can deepen our understanding of human societies and culture and help us to develop more nuanced and sophisticated theories about it. Now, if we talk about, we will just recap once again. So, if we talk about the fundamentals, what epistemology is considering? Epistemology is the branch of philosophy concerned with the nature and scope of knowledge and belief, while anthropology is the study of human societies and cultures. So, both these two factors are interlinked with its philosophical connection and empirical evidences, where empirical evidences collected by anthropologists and validated by epistemological thoughts. That is the philosophy behind it. Now, in anthropology, researchers often examine how knowledge is produced and transmitted within different societies, right? And different societies may have different ways of knowing, ways of validating knowledge, different tools of knowing, and different tools of validating that knowledge also exist, such as through empirical evidence, personal experience, or religious or spiritual beliefs. So, how to model this, how to structure these thoughts? If some population have a belief of tree worship, so how to validate that knowledge? Now, through empirical evidences and personal experiences. That can be done through this epistemological philosophy. Now, epistemology differences between societies can lead to different interpretations and understandings of the world, which can give a significant implication for social and political dynamics. We talk here that caste, class, and power by Andre Bettel. Anthropologists may use methods such as ethnography and participant observation to understand the epistemological framework of the societies they study. Okay. Through ethnographic research, anthropologists can gain insights into the ways that different societies generate, transmit, and validate this knowledge. So, ethnography research is not only going to the field and collecting data. Interpretation, analyzation of that data is a major, the lion part we have to cover, right? Example, if we are another example can provide here, that anthropologists may study how scientific knowledge is produced and transmitted in Western societies, how the industrial revolution of 1870 started. We can study that. How another is how traditional ecological knowledge is generated and validated in indigenous community, right? But what epistemological philosophy is helping us now? Epistemological philosophy helping by studying and different ways of knowing. Anthropologists can gain a deeper understanding of how people in different cultures come to understand and interpret the world around them. This can help anthropologists to identify similarities and differences in knowledge production and transmission across cultures, and to better understand the cultural context in which knowledge is generated and validated. We have heard that in diffusion, where W.J. Perry and they are talking about the pan-Egyptian theory, that knowledge and cultures flowed only from Egypt. That was redundant by many social scientists, because it cannot happen. If you talk about epistemological philosophy, then it is not happening, because knowledge cannot flow from a pinpoint or from a geolocation where, like, it cannot happen. Maybe some culture developed on its own in different time and space, but that doesn't mean it is united from one source point. Okay. Understanding different epistemologies is also important for promoting exactly the cross-cultural dialogue and mutual understanding, which can help to address issues of cultural conflict and social inequality. And this way we can solve the identity crisis of many communities, identity problems of many communities, right? And that's it for this video. I hope you find it helpful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below in the comment sections, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it useful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.